It's the custom to bring a small gift. Hi everyone, it's Scott here from That's English School. 今回は習慣の話ですね。日本の習慣を外国の方に説明している時に使う英語ですね。その習慣の、説明よりすぐ使えるフレーズと文法のことを、中心にしますので、そのパターン覚えればいろんな習慣を簡単に説明、できるようになると思います。It's a Japanese custom とか It's Japanese style を言うのはもう卒業しましょう。何でも Japanese をつけるのはもうアウトですよ。This is Japanese paper. This is a Japanese doll. This is Japanese sushi. ここは日本ですから。Japanese なんちゃらかんちゃら。もう皆さんもう分かってるからですね。言わなくていいです。ちゃんとした話し方を身につけてレベルアップを挑戦してみませんか？厳しいかな今から英語で、解説しますね。I'm going to be switching to English now, so please watch until the end. Here is the lesson lineup.
We just love your country, Hiroshi. Well, Bob, I'm delighted to hear you're having such a nice time. I've been thinking. Yes? What about? Well, here in Tokyo, on the escalators, everyone stands on the left side. Well spotted. It's the custom to stand on the left in Tokyo. But in Osaka, you're expected to stand on the right. Fascinating. But I never stand on escalators. Oh, no, not me. I run up them. I'm very busy with my company. Wow, Hiroshi, you're such an eager beaver. How about in Texas? What do you do there? In Texas? Whew, shoot. Some people are so big, they take up the whole escalator. Nobody can get past them. Oh my!
In English, the word custom is only used for traditional behavior in a society. However, in Japan, I feel it has a much broader meaning, which means I sometimes hear some of my older students say things like, I have the custom to drink coffee in the morning. In English, you can just say, I drink coffee in the morning. Custom is more for society as a whole, something that everybody does. That's the main difference. So how do we use custom? We use it not for a hard and fast rule, but it's more of a culturally nice thing to do. If you don't do these things, it's not such a big deal. It's not plus the custom to plus base verb. Now the key point here is don't forget to put the before custom. It's not the custom to do something. Let's look at some examples. When you visit someone's house, it's the custom to bring a small gift. So this could be something simple like a homemade apple pie, a bottle of wine, or maybe even some flowers. When you start a meal, it's the custom to say, itadakimasu. It's like saying grace in some countries. Grace is like a short prayer you say before having your meal. It's often said in American households, but not so much in the UK. I guess it depends on the family. When you finish work for the day, it's the custom to tell your team that you're going home. However, in other countries, people just kind of disappear and go home without saying very much to anyone. Maybe a quick goodbye. Let's look at how to use the word expect. So this is a little stronger than a custom. You really should follow these rules. The be verb plus not expected to plus the base verb. You're not expected to do something. If you want to bring extra friends to the party, you're expected to call and check with the host first. In many countries around the world, it's very common to bring extra friends to the party. Some people don't even check, just bring them. If you receive a gift, you're expected to open it at home, unless the person asks you to open it right there and then. But for me personally, I always love to see the person's face when they open their gift, so I always ask them to open it. If you eat at a restaurant, you aren't expected to leave a tip. So this means a lot of Japanese people, when they go overseas, get kind of stressed out about how much to leave for a tip. Here's a review of the sentences from part 1.
Hey, Hiroshi, we got a question about those little slippers. What little slippers? Hey, Barbara Jane, get over here. I'm asking Hiroshi about those little slippers.
Well,
you mean the slippers in the restroom in the izakaya last night? Yeah, those little plasticky ones. We didn't know what we were supposed to do. Okay, you're supposed to change out of your regular slippers and put them on when you go into the restroom. Oh yeah, I went straight on in with the restaurant slippers. I didn't change. It's not acceptable to go into the restroom with those slippers. It's a question of hygiene. Wow, looks like I messed up again.
Now we're going to look at supposed to. So this is very similar to expected to and is giving some pretty strong advice. Be verb plus not supposed to plus base verb. You're not supposed to do something. When you visit someone's home, you're supposed to take off your shoes before you go inside. If you get a business card, you're not supposed to stuff it into your pocket or scribble notes on the back. When you take a train, you're not supposed to talk loudly so as not to disturb the other passengers. Let's look at not acceptable to. This feels much stronger than the others. If something is unacceptable, of course it means people cannot accept your behavior. It is plus not acceptable to plus base verb. It's not acceptable to do something. When you meet someone for the first time, it's not acceptable to kiss them on the cheek. If you take a hot spring, it's not acceptable to go into the bath without taking a shower with soap beforehand. When you're on a busy train, it's not acceptable to wear a backpack on your back. You should put it somewhere out of the way. Here's a review of the sentences from part 2.
Hey, Hiroshi, if you're ever in the US, come see us. You gotta come see us. I'll give you my card. It's got all my contact information right here. Oh, that's very kind of you. Let me give you my card. Thanks, man. Oh, and just so as you know, here in Japan, giving and receiving a business card with one hand is frowned upon. Oh, I wasn't aware. Oh man, there's so much to remember. Oh, and one more thing. Writing on a person's business card is a big no. Oh, geez. I did it again.
Now let's introduce two phrases which are the strongest of all. The first one is frowned upon. A frown is the opposite of a smile. So if you do this thing, nobody will be smiling at you. ing activity plus be verb plus frowned upon. Smoking is frowned upon. Standing your chopsticks up in a bowl of rice is frowned upon, as it reminds people of a funeral and is said to bring bad luck. Yeah, I've heard this is a really kind of a big taboo area of Japanese culture. I've always been very careful not to do this. Starting to eat something in the supermarket before you've paid for it is frowned upon. So I guess in North America, some people take like a bag of potato chips and they just eat them as they're going around the supermarket, and when they get to the checkout, they just give the empty bag. Oh, shocking. Jumping the line is frowned upon in any situation. You're expected to form an orderly line. So I think Japan is famous for making like those lines in front of the trains especially. Yeah, amazing. Another expression we can use is a no-no. It's very similar to the Japanese expression NG. ing activity plus be verb plus a no-no. So it's important to remember the a before no-no. Drinking alcohol is a no-no. If it's really bad, we often say a big no-no. Blowing your nose loudly in public is a big no-no. You should sniff or go to a quiet corner and blow your nose discreetly. So I was very surprised when I found out about this custom in Japan because in the UK, people just blow their nose like trumpets all over the place. Walking around with your tattoos on full display is a big no-no. But some people's attitudes have started to change in recent years. Yeah, I'm pretty sure people are getting a little more used to seeing tattoos in Japan these days. Giving potted plants to people in hospital is a no-no, as they don't want people to put down roots and stay there forever. For me personally, I don't see the problem in giving anyone a potted plant in hospital. I think it's quite a nice gift. Here's a review of the sentences from part 3. It's homework time. Thank you very much for staying to the end. It's time to give you your Japanese sentence. You can translate it into English, okay? Put your answer down in the comments below, okay? So the sentence is this. 日本ではバック駐車はほとんどですが、海外では前向き駐車が一般的です。Okay, so put your answer down in the comments. And the next video up for you is this one over here. It's about the differences between British English and American English in my personal opinion. I'll see you over there.